Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Chris Mitchell podcast. I hope everyone is all well and good. So we've got a cracking guest with us shortly, and I'll go through that in a second. Just want to discuss the INM. We're making great progress. We do have 4 meets, 5 really, including Joe's. We'll talk about what she has planned shortly. But if you're from the West Midlands area, we have something planned for this Saturday. It's just a barbecue social, maybe a couple of speeches, and just getting to know people in your region. If you want to go and join that, please get in touch. Friday the 1st of July, it's going to be an evening social in Norwich, my region. Yeah, we're going to have a wicked time. Saturday the 8th of July, we got a York social. And then on Saturday the 27th of August, we have a Manchester demo, which is United for Children demonstration against paedophilia. It's something that we are supporting. If you don't know what the Independent Nationalist Network is, I'll leave links in the top comment section. Please join us. We're going to be working with several organisations, several independents, people like Joe, promote them and help them grow as much as possible and spread the awareness for our people and our children and our veterans. So yeah, it's a good organic organisation that we're looking on growing and try and help other people out where they see fit and try and unite our people, because that is what we need. So let's go and introduce Joe. It's been a long time coming. We've tried to arrange this. We've had a few little technical issues. We've had to come on our mobile phone. So I hope the sound comes across all right for everyone watching at home. Just before you introduce yourself, just want to say, and I'm not just saying it because you're on the camera, I actually think you're doing the most important work out of anyone at the moment, because I do believe what you're doing is changing lives. You're changing veterans' lives. You're giving them the help and support they need that our traitorous government are failing to do. So it's an absolute pleasure to have you here, and I believe that you need more promotion. You need more support than anyone at the moment, because you are making genuine change to life. And I've seen some of the homeless veterans that you've put up and heard them speak, spoke to several people. John Lawrence, another one, big shout out to him. Maybe we'll discuss him as well shortly in the National Housing Party. But yeah, you're doing great work, and we're going to get into everything. But first, please give a little introduction to yourself, and also how are you? And it's looking a lovely summer's day where you are. Over to you, Joe.
It is at the moment. It is at the moment. We've got a few clouds, but it's blue sky for once. Yeah, well, people know me as Joe from Bath, Bath PTSD camp. Husband Dion, who was a paratrooper for 20 years and then served 13 to 15 years over in Iraq as a bodyguard, working mainly with the Americans. And we decided to set this camp up because although he'd left the army, he was still in touch with a lot of his friends, and he was hearing about lots and lots of suicides because they weren't getting the help that they needed. So we decided that we'd set something up here so they could come here for respite and chat to each other and make friends. And it's just become one huge, great big family. Everyone that comes keeps in touch with each other and visit each other. If they can't see each other at camp, they go to each other's houses. I know Christmas time, the ones that didn't come here spent time with each other as well. So, and lots of the lads that come here, they say if you weren't here, we wouldn't be here, which is like, it's sad, but it's amazing that they feel that they have that support. Do you know what I mean? And it's the support from each other. It's not just me and Dion. It's the support that they give each other all the time.
Well, that's it. That's exactly what I'm saying with you changing lives. I mean, you're not just changing lives, you're saving lives. As you said, I don't know the exact statistic. Do you know any statistics on the suicide rates of our veterans? I mean, do you have a rough idea?
So, well, normally it's around 100 a year. So far, we're on about 27 at the moment, and we don't want it to be any more.
Well, I think it's just disgraceful. I mean, obviously, we don't want anyone to be homeless, and what we're seeing now with the mass invasion up to our nation, it must be hard going when like for these veterans, you're thinking, look, I've put my life and my soul, and I've seen my fellow colleagues blown up or severely injured. You know what I mean? And they're being treated like this, and we're just allowing people into our nation left, right, and centre, and giving them 5-star treatment.
That is absolutely disgusting. I mean, I went down to Dover the other day and I was absolutely shocked. There was only about 40 of us there. We'd travelled 5 hours to get there. You know, if we can do it, other people can do it. We can't just give up. But the actual people of Dover were booing us. They didn't want us there. They seem to want these immigrants to come in. They're just completely brainwashed that these are women and children coming in. It's not. They are fighting age men coming in. And I don't know, probably over 1,300 a day. It's absolutely. And what are we spending? We're spending over 5 million a day to keep them in their hotels. And that's just their hotels.
Well,
And we've got
go on. Sorry.
We've got about 16,000 to 20,000 homeless vets or sofa surfing vets that actually fought for this country, that put something into it, that lost brothers and sisters and other family members. And that it's them we should be looking after. We should always put our country first. Charity becomes at home, starts at home.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. Charity does begin at home, and some of these people booing you, I think it's disgraceful. But as you said, they are brainwashed. They're watching what they see on the media. They don't see the likes of Steve Law's Active Patriot, Nobby. They don't see what's really going on, and the videos of them on their mobile phones. Yeah, we're going to England. We're going to get X, Y, Z. Because all the media show, oh look, they find one child out of like 500. Oh, look at this poor child. Oh, look, you know, and obviously they don't discuss on the high levels of homeless veterans. I mean, when I argue about it, oh, they're just homeless because they chose to be homeless, or they're druggies, or they're alcoholics. So no, our government are letting us down. I've just had an applicant from, I'm sure you won't mind me saying this, I am going to be interviewing. He's 23 years old. COVID hit. He lost his job. Well, when he was like 21, he's 23 now. So at 20 to 21 years old, he was homeless. One of our own people is homeless. Look, I mean, I'm not against. I'm against immigration to our nation. That's my opinion. But first, you know, if we want to bring him in, how about looking after our own first? How about like giving our own people, especially the veterans, a roof over their heads, and then maybe we can focus on them. But I don't agree with that. But let's say we could probably reach a middle ground. Okay, take our people off the streets first, give them some help, give them some support, then think about taking other people in. And they're coming from France as well. Like they have, like, I don't class them as refugees, because to be a refugee, as soon as they're not a refugee, it's when they get to the first safest land. So they've had to come through several European nations before coming to our island. So they're not refugees. They're also having to pay like a fee. You know, I've seen reports 1,000, 2,000, I think maybe even up to 5,000 for these traffickers to get them over into our nation. So they've obviously got a few quid in the pocket. I'm not saying they're loaded, but they've got a few quid to get that, to be able to pay the trafficker to get them over to our nation.
Well, when they arrive, they've all got their brand new phones and their brand new trainers and decent coats and things like that. But I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
You know, like I say, it's all the men coming over. They're leaving the women behind, the women and the children behind.
Well, they're probably not very good men. The women and children are probably thought, mate, you're a bit of an idiot. You can go to England. I'll stay in France. But yeah, I mean, like, this is what like the INM wish to do, because, and I'm not going to belittle other organisations, but they could push that Dover demonstration. I've seen, like, Steve, unfortunately I couldn't attend. I was meant to attend at the time, but due to circumstances with work, and I just started a new job, I couldn't attend for this one. And I spoke to Steve Laws about future demonstrations, and I do believe we need to start promoting it a lot more. We have to do more ourselves, but what annoys me, you have other bigger people with bigger followings. They should be promoting it. You know what I mean? They might. I know, like, some of them think, oh, they're Nazis, they're the far right, but like, we're all against the same thing. We don't want them coming in. Like, just. If there's a little differences, and a lot of it is slander anyway, because like I know you've been called a Nazi, I know I've been called a Nazi. We're far from it. I've never seen you discuss. And worse, yeah. I've never seen you promoting like Adolf Hitler. I don't promote Adolf Hitler. I've been pretty much vocal against people to do actually. Believe it, and if they want to turn up, fair enough. Whatever, that's up to them. But I do think that. But this is why the INN, I think, will be so important, where we're trying to pull together different groups and organisations. You know, we're still in its early days. Still got healthy number on Facebook. We're on Telegram. But I think that's what we need to do now. Start pulling together. And when we do arrange the next demo, I said to Steve Laws, because I used to ring up the radio stations and start, I was part of Patriotic Alternative. I used to plug them. I used to just drop in their name. So then they get 100,000 listeners. They'll be like, okay, let's Google it. So that's what me and Steve and Active, we've discussed doing for the next demo. Start getting on the radio station, start plugging the date of the demo, the time, the location. If we get multiple doing it, they've got hundreds of thousands of listeners, and hopefully that will gain a bigger audience. And then obviously when we get a bigger following down at Dover, hopefully the locals will start actually listening to us and start, when it's 40, they probably won't feel like, it's only 40. It's only 40 far right people. I would rather watch the news, So I think we just, for the next demo, we need to pull together and do all we can in promoting it on all media platforms, because that's what's brainwashing the people as well. They just don't think outside that little box. They'll just sit at home with their cornflakes and believe everything the news is telling them, and they don't look deeper into it.
Programmed, aren't they? You could be outside having a barbecue, and then all of a sudden they go, it's 7 o'clock, I've got to go. I've got to go and watch Emmerdale. Hang on a minute.
Yeah. and I think,
so
I don't, exactly. And I think I haven't watched it for years, but I've seen clips, in my circles of things like Emmerdale and Coronation, but they drop little things, don't they? They drop little brainwash moments to feed into their minds, and it's down to us. The onus is on people like us that are fully awake, to push the Overton window.
Do you know what? I was talking to my mum the other day, and she said, don't go to Holland and Barrett in Frome. It's owned by the Russians. I just left it there. I thought, okay. I just left it there. She's brainwashed. She just watches the news. Actually, I said to my dad, do you remember when I was younger, Dad? And you wouldn't let me watch the television because you said it was all a load of rubbish. I said, well, you were right. I said, go home and turn that telly off. But that's all people do. They sit down, they watch the television. Then the people that they work with have also watched the same program. So if they know it's true, it's got to be true. They don't want to research. They don't want to look into anything.
It's quite funny you mentioned. I went to. I'm not promoting or endorsing McDonald's. I was just really hungry. It was the only place open, and there was a guy behind the counter. Do you want to round it up and donate to Ukraine? I was like, no, I will not. But have you got anything to? Can I donate the rest of it to Russia? And he just looked at me.
Where's the Russia pot? That's what I say. Where's the Russia pot?
So, and also, it's also nice to have a little wind because they're just so gobsmacked. But even we're not going to go into obviously the Russia-Ukraine thing. But I think
no.
I mean, I don't know whether you, I will say one thing of it, and I think it's absolutely disrespectful to the United Kingdom flag. I don't know if you've seen it personally, but right by my house, they got the half and half flag. So it's half Great Britain and half Ukraine. I don't know if you've seen them, but I think that's an absolute disrespect to our flag. We shouldn't be half. I wouldn't even half it. I mean, obviously, I'm more on the Russia side. That's just another story for another day. But I wouldn't. We shouldn't not be half in our flag for any other nation in the entire world. That's our flag, and it should remain our flag. We should not be half and half.
And if you burnt it, I'm not saying you should, but if you burnt it, you go to prison for it.
Yeah, probably would. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
We know.
Okay, before we go on to the camp, because I know you're going to show us a bit around the camp, and I want to discuss a little bit more in detail on that, and talk maybe a little bit of the stories of some of the veterans as well that you can give to me. But Armed Forces Day, as I said, we got 4 events at the start, but I wanted to give you the satisfaction of talking about your upcoming event. It is this weekend. I think it's a 3-day event, a camping event. Am I right?
Yeah, we've got, so on the Friday, some people are coming down Wednesday and Thursday because we've still got a lot to do to the memorial to tidy it up after the storm. So the Friday people are turning up, and then some of the vets, if they want to, or the vets' children, or whoever wants to go, can go down to the woods, and they've set up a bushcraft. So I don't know whether it's all going to be what they do on the night, but whether they're going to catch a rabbit and skin it and cook it on a cooking pot out in the woods, or whether they're going to go and catch some fish or whatever. So that's bushcraft. So it's like a survival thing, how you survive in the woods. And they'll find lots of plants and things that they can mix into their stew, whatever stew it is. They'll camp out down there. They'll have the water out the river and boil it up, and just do things that you would have to if you had to survive in a woods. So that's the Friday. And then on the Saturday, we've got I'm not sure what times, because we've still got to finalize everything, but we'll be having like a parade up here with some music playing, the last post, 2-minute silence. I'll just turn you round now a minute. Hang on. Right. So obviously we've got the cross here, and we've got the flag poles. The flags have been tied down at the moment. But so we're going to have all different types of flags, regiments, whatever people want, up on the flagpoles. Everyone will stand around the cross when we have the last post and the 2-minute silence. So that's about it for the Saturday. Oh no, we've got a lovely lamb roast. We've got 2 lambs, which are homegrown, not by myself, but by a local farmer. We've got new potatoes from the garden, mint from the garden. So we're having a lamb roast. And we're just asking if people would just put a donation in the box, because Dion's bought the 2 lambs. Just put a donation in the box for the camp. And so there'll be other food as well available, sausages and burgers and things like that. But the lamb roast is the main thing.
Are you catering for some vegetarians as well? I mean, I'm not.
No.
I would look.
No.
I wish I could come. I don't get paid from this.
Listen, if anybody wants to come and they're vegetarian, bring some vegetarian sausages and we'll pop them on the
there you go.
barbecue for you. How's that?
There you go. So it's full
no,
of
we're meat eaters down here. Yeah.
So are you saying?
And then on the
oh, go on, finish.
No, I was just going to say, and then on the Sunday, it's just wind down, clear up, and everyone unpack their tents and head off home. Really.
So that sounds a good weekend. I'm absolutely gutted it's not next weekend. Like as I said, just got back into work. My first payday is like the following weekend. So absolutely good. But you've got you'll have loads of events coming up throughout the year, won't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I'll definitely come to the next one, as long as it doesn't clash with any other plans that we're doing. But definitely promoting this. So are you saying there's anyone that's anyone can turn up? As long as they've got their own camping
anyone can
gear.
turn up. Yeah, anyone can turn up. They could, if they're going to camp, they have to bring tents and they have to take them away afterwards. Because what we get people, they come down and they camp and they say, "Oh, I can't be bothered to take my tent down." So they leave it up. Then the dogs shred it, and then we've got to get rid of it ourselves, and we haven't got time to be doing that. So, if you're going to come,
just take it, Joe. Come on, take it down, put it on eBay. Jobs are good, and you got a bit of money in your pocket.
It's the time though, and storing it all. We've had so many people leave so many tents. We've got a shed full of tents. I might do a car boot sale here.
There you go, a car boot tent sale. I actually need a tent. I need a tent. I'll purchase a tent off you.
You better come and get one then.
I will come and get a tent off you. I'll come to the next one, I promise. But
okay.
if people can't turn up or wish to donate to the camp in any way, shape, or form, is there another way of doing it at all?
Well, we did have a Monzo account, but they shut it down because they said we were gambling, because we were doing a bonus ball every week just to try and raise some money. They shut the account down. They've still got the money. They're supposed to be transferring it into my bank account, but you can't get hold of Monzo. Everything's digital. So if somebody did want to donate, if they PM me, I can give them my personal bank details. It's not ideal, but and then I can draw it out and put it in the camp pot.
I mean, you also got to be careful with that, Joe. I mean, literally 2 weeks ago, they've closed Santander's closed my bank down. So if you're with Santander, mate, don't confirm or deny, by the way.
They did the same to Dion last week. Did the same to Dion last week. He'd had a form. They'd asked him to fill a form in about his gender and all this. So obviously he didn't fill the form in. So they shut his bank account.
Wow.
But this is what is happening. I keep telling people, if you've got any money in the bank, take it out. And they say, "Oh, I haven't got any money in the bank," and then they go and pay on a card. Well, hang on a minute. You must have money if you've just paid on a card. You need to be taking it out. The banks are going to shut down.
They're coming after quite a few. Like I've seen it happen. I think it happened. What's his name? I think it's Lawrence Fox. I think he
Oh
has some
yeah.
bank closure today or something. I seen something about a group posted on Telegram about Lawrence Fox moaning about a bank shutting down, and but several of us, has seen as it's happened obviously to yourselves, and even Monzo, like is an online thing. You think you might be able to get away with that, but Sanson,
No,
they
you just cut
they
your.
they messaged me. They sent me a letter out saying like we ain't got to tell you, but as long as we give you 2 months' notice, we can do what we want. Basically, it's in the terms and conditions. So I think it's all above board what they can do. But it's a bit wounded that you
Yeah.
don't get an explanation. And like I've been on the phone to them, it's like it's because of my beliefs. And let's face it, I put myself out there. I talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I talk up for my people. It's proper disgusting. I've said this on a few times, Joe. I went to Malaysia one time and I said what's going on, and they're like, "Mate, if that like honestly, if it was the other way around, and there's a bunch of British coming over to our nation, they were getting more favourable treatment than ourselves. We would, the government would know about it. The government would know
Yes.
about it, and it would be kicking off to be riots. And I'm suppose in
Yeah.
a lot of nations around the world that would happen, but us, it's like we are
They would just sit back
like
and
first
say,
class
"Oh,
citizens.
okay." Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway,
But
I'm just going to walk down. We've got the vegetable garden if you want to see it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll walk down there. There's the clubhouse over there, but I can come back up to that. So
So
we've got one of the
I
vets.
presume all this has been self-funded by fellow family members, friends, veterans, and your everyday normal person that follows you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We've got a vet that came here for respite. He's still here. He's got a job at we managed to get him a job at the local farm. So he's been tending to the garden. So when he comes home in the evenings, he comes down and waters the garden, and any seeds that need planting or whatever, he sorts all that out. So that's good. That's our potato patch. Can you see that?
Vaguely, yeah.
I'm getting
Yeah,
closer.
I see it.
It's too hot to run.
That's,
So we've got potatoes in there. Now this is the muck heap of, my God, about 5 or 6 years. And underneath is amazing soil. So that's why the potatoes are growing so well there. That's what a good bit of manure can do. And then we've got green beans there coming up.
nice.
Over the back there under that sort of tent that's cabbages in there. Then we bought the polytunnel. Let me just walk around this way. So we've got the polytunnel and that's got all sorts in. And it's all coming up nicely, which is brilliant. We've got some fruit bushes here.
You froze a bit here. It's all right. Back here.
Red currants. Can you see?
Yeah.
Red currants there. Make some jam.
It's mad how they're so
raspberries
desperate to shut you down when you like all the wholesome work you're doing. You're doing work that the government should be doing for our flipping veterans. It's just disgraceful.
Yeah, well, when we were raided, they dug all this up. It was all in rows. We had vegetables growing. They just dug it all up.
I will discuss it. We will discuss the raid in a bit. Yeah.
But yeah, so there's the polytunnel. We've got some rhubarb around the back. A few more potatoes coming up there. And we've got some sunflowers and some poppies. Can you see the poppies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
We've got poppies absolutely everywhere here. It's amazing. Poppies, sunflowers coming up. And then this is the bunkhouse where the vets come to stay. So we've got this lovely bit of decking.
Yeah.
Okay. So they could do a bit of yoga or something out here, or sit in the evenings and chat. And then there's the sitting room, and then there's bedroom here with bunk beds. Oh, it looks tidy. I might go in if it looks tidy. I wasn't going to enter just in case. Right.
So is this where the current guy is living? Yeah, the one that's just working.
Yeah. Well, this is where all the vets can stay when they come. So we've got old boy Tom coming down tomorrow from, he's coming from a long way away, Manchester or somewhere like that, and he's staying 2 weeks. He's got there's the other sofa. He's got throat cancer, so he can't eat. So when he comes down, I cook him up liver and bacon and stuff. And there you go. That's the bedroom. Some bunk beds there. And this is what Nobby built. This is what little veteran built. That. Yep.
Glenn Saffron. Yeah. Did you see that? Have you seen that video? When I had Nobby on the stream, I kept playing that video. Did you see when he like raised the Glenn Saffron for about? It was pretty funny, to be fair. I kept playing it on repeat throughout the show. I'll send it. I can't do it. I'm on the phone, so I can't play it. But it was absolute legendary moment.
Then we got some steps down here that lead to. Well, they've been trimming the bushes, so that's bushes burning there. But usually that's just a fire pit where they can sit round and chat in the evening. More poppies there. More poppies there. We've got elderflower, loads of elderflower. So I'll be making some elderflower cordial, and then perhaps later on. Well, this is a shower block. It's one of the showers.
Right, look
at and that, Sean Morris crawled. Sean Morris crawled for 5 miles to raise the money for this shower block.
He crawled 5 miles, yeah.
He crawled 5 miles round the field in the cold and the wet on his hands and knees to raise money for this shower block. Washing machine there. Him, another shower, 2 more toilets, basin. So we've got everything here. We're doing all right.
This shut down, and it's amazing. Like, I mean, look, I'm on obviously the Telegram circles. I know like you're mainly on the Facebook, but you know, and that's what wound me up. Like, I've seen the camp before. I haven't been there personally, but no one's promoting it, man. As much. Like, I mean, obviously you got John Lawrence and Goddard has and Active Patriot, but I just think it needs to hit more widespread and give you more help and support. These are the I've called out people, Joe, like on donations, but these are the donations I think matter. Yeah, when I see change and what you guys are doing, that's when I think, you know what, pay your money towards something like this. Stop paying people that fund their own lifestyles, and you know,
I absolutely agree with that one.
Saves lives, man.
Yeah. Well, we put a shout out for a hog roast. People to donate for a hog roast. It was me and Dion that bought it. We put a shout out for a ride on lawnmower because you can see how much grass we have to cut.
Yeah. Well,
you see all this?
Not an easy job, is it?
It was Dion that went and got the lawnmower. It's me that buys the petrol for the lawnmowers. But we've got to keep it tidy and we've got to keep it going because people need us. And we need to get the word out for those people that don't know about us that need us so that we can help them. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like, so say for instance, there's someone watching this now. Yeah, someone's watching this and be like, mate, I know a homeless veteran is down the road, although it's like 5 hours away from you. So let's say Middlesbrough, yeah. Like say, I'm from Newcastle, man. I know a homeless veteran. Like, I'm sorry if that was poor, but say that's true. He's in Newcastle. There's a homeless veteran down the road that he knows, he sees. He gives him a couple of quid and maybe a cigarette. What's the process? How can he get that veteran down to you?
Right. Well, we just need a service number to prove that he served, and then we will put. People are very good. It's the volunteers that come here are absolutely amazing. Honest to God, they would literally jump in their car and go and collect a vet if there was one that needed collecting with the, using their own diesel money. But it would be nice if people could say, well, do you know what? Here's £5 towards your petrol money to go and get that homeless vet. Do you know what I mean? We need people. We need people talking about it to get the word out. Because I can't even post on any groups at the moment. They keep banning me on Facebook. Bless them. I hate Facebook, but a lot of our volunteers and helpers are only on Facebook. So that's why I stay on Facebook at the moment. But I'd like to come off it and go on another platform. I
will give you some advice. I mean, I've pretty much a little bit been shut down by it, or I go through these periods of getting no views. But so, for instance, on TikTok, I joined TikTok and I put a James Goddard video went 50,000. I put some of my videos 50, 60,000. But they were
Wow.
never like, they're only just our own videos where it's got loads of people agreeing with us. Yeah, they just agree. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree with what you're saying. And one of them, bless her, she reached 150,000 on my TikTok views, and like I've got thousands of comments supporting her. But there was nothing there to say like, all right, support this organisation or support me, whatever. It was just literally putting our views on a radio show or on BBC James Wells or just a video filmed somewhere. Got loads and loads and loads of views. So maybe that's something you should probably look at and maybe set up like a promotion video. You'll be scratching their account. You've got to obviously get the tags right as well. You have like tagging in like Veterans Britain and things that you support. You get all these tags in. Get a promo video. Obviously, I can probably help you in the background there and try to set something up, but maybe do it on your. You have to do it on your
when
own.
you come down, we could do something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can help with some editing and things like that. Because I got thousands and but then I done this granddad video went viral on BBC. I put the video on my TikTok and it went viral, and then I done a promo video for the INN and it didn't go anywhere really. It got like literally 300 views, which is still good, actually, to be fair. Like it's still decent, but considering all my others are in thousands and some of them in triple digits, and I think that might be a route for you to go down, and I'll happily try and help with that as well.
Okay, thank you.
And maybe as well on Telegram, or if you want me to help with the Telegram, if you don't want to join a new platform, I'll set up. I can set up a channel for you and start if you give me some pictures and videos that you've done, and maybe even if you can as well. I can probably interview some of the veterans that and get their story out there. I will try and help as much as I can because I think this is a great project that needs more promotion. To be honest, I'm pretty shocked, that it's not taken off as much as it should. I mean, don't get me wrong, obviously you're doing great work, but this should be big news, man. This should be a big story across the whole nation. Thinking, you know what, finally someone's doing something about our homeless veterans that are taking their own lives. You're saving lives. You're saving an actual life. That's why I can't praise you enough, and that's why I'm wanting to do this stream with you for some time. We finally got it done. Well, we're doing it, and I will come down, and maybe even I'll do some sort of documentary on one of your events, so then I can speak to them face to face and speak to yourself.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, some of them don't like talking about it because they feel embarrassed. But there's nothing to be embarrassed about. But
Yeah, I understand. But only those that feel comfortable, or they can be blurred out as well. We can blur them out so that the faces are not shown.
I'll just show you this. You see this horse box?
Feel comfortable. Yeah.
Right. I'll show you this. This is what Dion did one day. Well, not one day. It took him about a week. So I'll open up the back. There you go.
It's not a bad little toilet. I've seen worse.
Well, you got the shower in there, look.
Oh, you got a nice little shower there as well. Yeah, man. That's all right.
It's a wet room. It's a wet room. But I use that for the guests.
How many can you sleep there at the moment then?
Well, at the moment we could sleep however many turn up really, because we've got the tents and stuff. But in the bunkhouse you've got a double bed and 2 single beds, and then there's 2 sofas. Some people don't mind keeping on the sofa. It's just to get their head down really. We'd like to raise some more money to have another bunkhouse, because just behind the shower block we've got an area there where another bunkhouse could go. They've got amazing views. I don't know if you can see the views because the sun's shining, but we've got amazing views, and there's space there. We just need the wood, and we need somebody to build it for us. We just don't get time.
Do you ever? I mean, obviously you've got these events, but do you ever do other like fundraisers, or maybe like put on a little festival or something? Like if we can get some musicians down, and and obviously have a little bouncy castle there for the kids.
We did that last year actually. That went well. We had a little bouncy castle. We had an ice cream van come in, and we had a singer. She was just a solo singer, and she sang all the old war songs, and they loved it. The vets sat there, they loved it.
Well, my dad had a number 1 in 1969. Maybe I'll get him out of retirement.
Right. Okay.
Maybe, I don't know really,
Yeah.
but he probably hasn't. My mum and dad work for a radio station, so maybe I can speak to them as well, because obviously this is not really my politics. They wouldn't allow my politics on their station, but I'll have a word with them, see if they can help, because this is for our veterans. This is saving lives as well. So,
Yeah,
Mom, I know
definitely.
you're watching. Sort it out. Help this lady out. Help this family out, and help our veterans out. So, yeah, I will show her this, and she'll see this. So, hello to you, mother. I love you.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll have a word with them, see if they can help in any way, shape or form, man, and hopefully, they can push. We need to just push this and try and get that. Because I've heard loads of stories about these homeless veterans, so we just need, obviously, a place where they can go, and you've got the ideal place there, and yeah.
They've got people around them that support them. And a lot of them are all in the same situations, one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, and I know one that came to you not long ago. I don't know if probably should mention names. Begin with a T. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Right.
why I mention names just in case. Yeah, but yeah, I know. I knew. Well, I don't speak to him anymore. Really, I haven't spoken to him in a while. But I've seen the transformation in him. He seemed like he came out quite well, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, he did. That's the back of the bunkhouse. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the clubhouse. Yeah. So we've got the silhouettes of the soldiers, and then those poppies. They're made out of the bottom of Coke bottles and sprayed.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
Lizzie made them. Joseph Blair's girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
So there's the figurines there.
Oh man, that looks wicked.
And there's the poppy. It's lovely, isn't it? And it all lights up at night because we've got the lights along the back.
That's quality. That is. I mean, like, not as an ego thing, Joe, but like it must make you feel like really wonderful because you must see some of these veterans that come in a right state, and then you're seeing a transformation from like when they're coming in to when they leave. It must make you feel like really good about yourself, like not trying to be egotistical, but you're doing the right things. You know what I mean? It must make you feel quite wholesome to see that you've played a massive part. You and your family have played a massive part, and the volunteers and everyone around you played a massive part.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I can see. The volunteers absolutely love it, and they're amazing, and they just bend over backwards. Yeah, it's a shame we have to do it, like you say. But do you know what? I love it though. I love it because they all become a big family, and I know that if I needed something and I picked up the phone, they'd all be there. Do you know what I mean? It's so it's not just one way. It's both ways, really.
Yeah. So when you get them in, obviously, would you just what's the sort of things you would do to them? Would you obviously you would feed them, but then would they get to a stage when, like, after maybe I don't know, however long, you would start then saying like, okay, let's start getting you back into work. How would you handle it? Because if they're being on the streets and they're rough, they're in that mentality, they're in a downward mentality. How would you pick them up from the ground? They're at rock bottom.
Oh, I think the main thing when they come in is we make them feel welcome. They have food, they have drink, they have anything that they need. Do you know what I mean? And you make them feel welcome. And if they want to talk, they can talk. If they don't want to talk, everybody's different.
Yeah.
We treat everybody differently when they come in because, and do you know what? Sometimes me and Dion don't even get involved in that side, really. We leave it to the other vets that are here that help them. And then the other vet, a vet might come up to me and say, well, do you know what? He's doing this. We need to get him a bit of help for that. And we do. We find the right people. We've got lots of contacts. We find the right people to help. So, and do you know what? We've only had one that came down here. And he stayed, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks, something like that. And he didn't want the help. He didn't want the help. So he went off. He's still in. He's not homeless now. He has got somewhere to stay. But, that's the only one we've had that we couldn't help. And because he didn't want the help. I don't know why. He was making himself suffer, if that makes sense. He was punishing himself for certain things that has gone on, and
Was it the
you
same?
know,
Was it the same initials as I just said? By the way, was it the same
no,
person?
no, it
No,
wasn't.
no,
No, it was another one. But
no. Yeah, that's bizarre, man. I mean, like, was there any reason behind
this
that?
is the tree house. Um, he. A lot of them don't like the fact that maybe if they've killed somebody or whatever, you know, that it was their job. But if they've killed somebody, they don't like that fact that they took somebody away from their family. And
Oh,
some
they
can't
just
forgive
yeah.
themselves.
So they just can't
They
forgive
can't
themselves.
forgive themselves.
It's something that we just can't think of ourselves when we've not been in that position, have we? So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
So what?
But
Yeah,
you
what's in
know,
this treehouse?
oh, this is what I do. So this is my job. So we rent this out. We've got a little seating area underneath there.
What do you rent this out for
So
holiday makers? Like,
yeah, it's on Airbnb and Booking.com.
oh, is it really? How much? How much is it? Put a little plug out.
These are 120 a night. There's the hot tub.
120 a night. To my future wife, I'll treat you to this. I promise you.
There you go. Big hot tub there, look.
Mm,
And you've got another
nice.
seating area there. And then you go up the stairs. So this is what I do when I'm not cooking for the vets. I'm cleaning these rooms and checking guests in and doing washing,
So
etc.
you get quite a few people stay then, yeah.
Yeah. But this, if I didn't have this, I wouldn't be able to do the camp. This is
Yeah.
inside.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
It's sweet, isn't it? And these are some of Dion's pictures from when he was in the
Nice.
Paris. That's him there.
You wouldn't want to mess with him, would you? You
Smiling.
wouldn't want to mess with him, guys. You wouldn't want to mess with him.
Right, that's another one in Pristina. That's the picture they gave him when he left the RAF. And what's
Nice,
this one's in Dover. This is Dover Castle. So 3rd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment, that was in 1999. So
hey,
it's
that's
quite nice
beautiful.
when
There you
people
go,
come and
guys.
say they can see the picture.
Honestly, anyone watching that's a couple, you've got an anniversary coming or a little birthday for your wife or your husband, you know, like go there, mate. It looks a beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful company ranger, beautiful scenery, and also you're helping out our veterans at the end of the day. So that'd be a great little present for anyone watching. As I said, future wife will go in there. We'll have a little. You got a little discount for me though, ain't you, Joe? A little tenner off.
If you can get
I'll
booked
give you a
in,
Freddo bar.
just bring some cider, you'll be all right.
All right, it's a
That's
deal.
another
It's a
one we've
deal.
got down there. That's a summer house we're building at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Because Alex Thompson does a lot for the vets. I've promised him he's going to be the first person to
Is that what is that UK
stay
column?
in there. No, Alex Thompson, Temmie Penn's grandson.
Oh right, yeah.
He's 15 years old.
Oh right.
He was in Dover. He's 15 years old. He's been to camp a couple of times. He's raised money for us, bless him. So come on, Yappy. There's the Jack Russell.
How many dogs you got, by the way?
Oh, about 25 at the moment.
You've got 25 dogs. What, all yours?
Yeah. We've got pups as well, so they're included. So this is the summer house where Alex is going to stay. It's all a bit of a mess because we're still doing it. But so this is going to be his room for a couple of nights. So it's locked. You see in there the bed and that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. Vaguely,
And last year I raised some money. I donated 2 nights and we did a raffle and raised some money for camp. And then the lady that wanted stayed in this one, which is the pod, which again's got another hot tub. But I've got guests in there at the moment. There's their towels. There's a barbecue. But yeah, so I'll be doing that again sometime. Putting 2 nights for the summer house up, doing a raffle. But again, we need to get a bank account sorted.
Yeah, that's great, man. guys again watching, if you can help them in any way, shape, or form, let's get on it. Get in touch with me, and I'll put you in touch. We got to help these people out, man. They're doing great work. Again, I've moaned about grifters and whatever, and I'm sure someone's like, "Oh, well, you moaned about donations." Like, yeah, I like not with people that actually making change to someone's life and saving lives. I mean, like sitting at home doing nothing and streaming. I mean, I don't think you should be donating to that stuff. But for genuine things like this, yeah, please do donate. And I'll have a word with the people within the INN. As I said, I'll be watching this show. I'm sure they'll be really pleased with what they're seeing.
Well,
the progress you're making.
If anybody could set us up a bank account, then that would be brilliant. That would be an amazing help, because then we could start doing the bonus ball again. I can put the summer house up for a raffle, etc. This is the hog roast we bought. This is amazing. So we've got 2 lambs to go on that for Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's a big one in it as well.
There you go. That's the inside. You carve it up and put it on there. It's run by gas.
I'm so gutted. I can't tell you, but
we'll do more. Don't you worry. We'll do more.
I know you will.
So I'm just walking into the clubhouse now. Obviously, we've got a couple of signs up, a couple of arrest warrants.
Do they ever do any? Did the veterans ever come down and do any kind of shooting days or anything? I don't know what you can do that's legal, but obviously it's license for some guns, isn't there? So is there any kind of shooting practice moments?
You can use the air rifles. But when we were raided, the police took all our crossbows because we were about to set up archery thing, and the police took all our crossbows. And Dion had just had a lovely longbow made by an old man that he knows, and they took that had never been used. That was just in the wardrobe, and they took that, and he was really upset about that because he'd had it made to how he wanted it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, while we're on that, let's discuss that raid a little bit. I mean, do you know who did it? Who pretty much got you raided, or is it just them? They're watching you making change, and obviously they'd rather put the non-Indigenous people before our own, and they're seeing the difference you guys are making. So was it themselves, or do you think someone's tried to grass you up on a certain thing? Yeah, so tell us the story behind that.
I can't say anybody's grassed us up because we didn't have anything we hadn't done anything for them to grass us up.
You up. Someone's reported you a bunch of lies that's attempted. Just tell us the story behind it.
Well, we don't know. We're fairly sure we know who was behind it. And it was I can't even mention names.
You don't have to mention names, but I'm not sure for names.
No, but we think we know who was behind it, and it was a jealousy thing. Because when we first started this, we obviously asked for help, and nobody stepped forward to help us. So, I mean, I'm talking some of the big names, some of the activists that are out there. So we asked for their help. Could you promote it? Could you come down? And they all said, yeah, but they never did. And I said to Dion, well, do you know what? Let's do it ourselves. So we did it ourselves. And a couple of his vet friends. And people started coming, and people started talking about it, and people got jealous. And then I'd maybe do a live, and there was guys shooting targets and things like that with guns, only air rifles. And I think somebody thought, oh, look, they've got guns on there, and this, that, and the other. And it just went. I think we were surveyed for a long, long time before they came in and raided us, because it was MI5, MI6, counter-terrorism, Thames Valley. Wow. It was obviously they held Dion on the floor for 35 minutes on his knees with a gun at his head, and he's unarmed. He's handcuffed behind his back. They've got him on the floor with a gun at his head, and he's only got a pair of jeans on because they turned up at 4:45 in the morning. Obviously, we're all asleep, so he just pulled on a pair of jeans and went to the door because they were shining guns. They had guns on his head through the window. So I was put in the back of a police car, handcuffed and put in the back of a police car. But I could see Dion on the floor, and that was horrible because you, you've got somebody that's just woken up, obviously not armed, gun at his head, handcuffed behind his back, on his knees, and it's freezing cold. That was just like inhumane. And this is somebody that's fought for our country. Do you know what I mean?
Disgusting.
And how dare they treat him like that when he was the only weapons instructor in the country at one point. So he was teaching these armed police. Do you know what I mean? Anyway,
Yeah.
that's that. We got locked up for 3 days. The children, everyone was
3
moved off the
days.
land. But yeah, we were locked up
3
for 3
days. You
days.
locked up for.
All our family was ringing up every police station. Have you got my mum and dad? Have you got my mum and dad? No, they might be dead for all we know. This is what they were being told.
What?
Everybody had to move off the land. Tyr was allowed back onto the land twice a day, accompanied by 3 police officers. No phone, no communication. She was allowed down to feed the pigs, feed the dogs, and Cher, another girl that lives here, was allowed she was allowed to feed the chickens and the ducks and geese, but she wasn't allowed to give them water, and she wasn't allowed to collect the eggs. But the first couple of days that we were locked up, she wasn't allowed on the land, and she said, I've got chickens and geese and ducks that need looking after. So anyway, she called the RSPCA, and the RSPCA came out and escorted her down and said to the police, you have to let her tend to these animals. 8 puppies died. We had our big Caucasian shepherd, who's like a guard dog that patrols at night. She'd had puppies, and 8 puppies died because the mother was so stressed. She wasn't getting the right food. She needed calcium. She needed goat's milk. She needed cheese. She needed proper food. And of course she was stressed because we'd had the helicopter up, we'd had drones up, the helicopter had landed in the field next door. That was the RAF. The RAF landed in the field next door, blew the doors off the shower block, which they had the keys in the doors. They didn't need to damage any of our property. So then when they let us out, we were on bail, and we had bearing in mind, they've still seized our land. It was a land grab. They've still seized our land and all our vehicles. We've got no transport. We've got nowhere to stay, nowhere to live. We've got no clothes. We've got nothing. No phones because they've taken everything off us. No money. So anyway, what happened then? Yeah, we had to sign in every day to Bridewell Police Station in Bristol. So we had to get lifts
but they found,
in. Like ask friends.
But in that time, so like they found nothing. Have they ever found nothing of note apart from a few weapons that you're legally allowed, right?
Yeah, they didn't find what they came here for firearms, and there was no firearms here. And then, of course, everyone got a D notice. Nobody was allowed to talk about it. All the YouTubers were told, don't report on this. Somerset Live were reporting on it, and then they were told, don't report on it. So word didn't really get out that it had happened.
So am I going to get them through the door for reporting on it now? I'm only joking.
No, because I haven't been told about reporting it. I can talk about it. Yeah, I know. Then after 5 days, they said we could come back on the land, and we did, and we saw all the damages and etc. etc. They stole so much of our belongings, They said to me on the first interview, oh, we've just found £22,000 under your bed. And I'm like, you what? Now, I'm not stupid. If I had money, I wouldn't keep it under the bed. Okay. But there wasn't £22,000 there. But that put us out of getting legal aid, any legal help, you see. Mm-hmm. So a couple of months ago, counter-terrorism police rang me, and they said, right, because I'd been ringing 101 like a mad woman. I was ringing 101 saying, I've been burgled. Who have you been burgled by? Well, the police, and I want my money back, and I want this back, and I want that back. So in the end, counter-terrorism police rang me up and said, right, we'll come down with your money. So when they came down with the money, I walked up to the gate. I wouldn't let them on the land. And I asked for my £22,000, but they said they didn't have it. I said, but you said you did. It's in writing. You don't lie. You said you had 20. Oh no, we must have miscounted it. How can somebody professional that high up that's counting money every single day miscount that amount? Do you know what I mean? So it was all like a bit of a setup.
Well, so then go on, finish.
I'm just winding down now. It's we're still under investigation till next March.
Oh, it's still under
So that's that.
investigation then, yeah?
Yeah. They've
So,
still got all our belongings. The only thing
bloody
they have
hell.
given back is our money.
I mean,
But
what about you? I mean, surely, like, you can get some legal fight back on this, and they've got all
no,
your
nobody wants
belongings.
to
They've
touch
got.
us.
So, how much money did you
Well,
get back from them?
I got my £6,000 that I had.
So what? They stole £18,000 then, sixteen
No,
thousand
because it
pounds.
wasn't
Sorry,
there.
16,000.
No, the 22,000 was never there. I only had £6,000.
Oh, right. So you got. Oh, so.
But
Oh,
they
yeah.
lied.
They
What I'm
lied and said
saying
it
is
was
they lied.
22,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Um. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see. What I mean, obviously, people are talking about us and saying, "Oh God, they must have had this and they must have had that." Well, we're out on bail. We're not on bail anymore. Um. You know, what did they find? They don't allow people to walk around if they've committed a crime. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry that you've actually experienced that. Like, mental.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those, isn't it? Just one of those things. I, I know for a fact because I've been on demos and they call us all right wing activists and this, that, and the other. I know for a fact that if they can find something on me, they will. Um, they've tried a few things, but we'll see what happens Monday. I'm in court Monday.
Well, yeah, you're gonna get labelled far right Nazi. I mean, I'm not saying be one anyway, but you're gonna get called that. I mean, like Tommy Robinson and Anne-Marie Waters, Nigel Farage, they all get called
Yeah,
it.
but listen,
So it just comes with the
Tommy,
territory. But it's just supporting our people first. You're supporting our veterans first, and I
but
think that
Tommy
should be
can go
applauded.
abroad. Whatever they think Tommy's done or say about Tommy, Tommy can go abroad. I can't go abroad because they've got my passport and my driving license, all our identities. They've got everybody's passports and driving licenses from down here.
Oh, yeah. So you can't even go abroad still, no.
I can't go to Mexico.
Well, you'd only get sent back anyway, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Right,
No, definitely.
obviously, we'll end the show shortly, but probably the next 15 minutes or so. So you got a little bit of warning there. If you want to get anything outside, but I just want to discuss. There was I spoke to John Lawrence earlier. Spoke very highly
Yeah,
of you and the camp, and he's done a bit
it's a
of
great
decorating for
bloke.
yourself. Also, he's got his party, the National Housing Party, yeah, or group, or
Yeah,
so yeah. That is it. I'm going to be speaking to him more, and obviously Patrick as well. Obviously, you mentioned me a veteran story, which we'll go into firstly. But yeah, what do you make of what he's doing at the moment, John Lawrence, and his little gang there for his new party? Are you happy with what you're seeing?
no, I think he's absolutely brilliant because he covers a bit of everything and he doesn't take sides at all. So if you watch John, because he covers everything, you wouldn't know which side he was on or if he was even on a side. Do you know what I mean? I think he's really professional, and I hope he does well. And we should be. I think we should all be back in the independent parties. Do you know what I mean? Because we can't trust the others. Do you know what I mean? We've got to get some fresh blood in there, and some decent people that actually want what the people want, not what they want.
Yeah. I mean, I fully support. I've known John about probably 3 to 5 years actually in that time scale. I think he does great work. He's always there at demos, always filming the truth from what's going on there live. Seems a very
Yeah,
honest guy, so he gets my backing.
he's
And as you
brilliant.
said, I think you just said we need to be supporting other independents and organisations. That's why we set up the INN, and that's why we got in contact with you, and hopefully. And what's good news as well, the co-founder of the INN is actually, I've put him in contact with the likes of, or he's done it probably off his own back, maybe. I think I put him in contact with Patrick, but I think he knew John a little bit anyway. But he's even talking
Right.
about the co-founder of the INN is actually talking about standing next year, maybe in a local election himself under the National Housing Party. So
Right.
yeah, good signs coming from us all working together. I think we just need that bit of unity. Put the egos aside and maybe there is one or two
Exactly.
differences that we can have a debate on. Think, well, I believe this. I said, well, no, I believe this. But ultimately, a lot of what we believe in is the same, and that's where we need to unite on, rather than be like, oh, well, you have that one difference to me, so I'll never speak to you forever. You know, because we're running
No,
out
I
of
know.
time, man. We are running out of time,
Oh
and
my
our
God.
country is going to the shitter.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, all this infighting doesn't do any good. I used to, when people used to say things about me, I used to bite. I don't anymore. I've learned just leave them, because at some stage, if I've got to stand next to them for what we believe in, then I will. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I'm getting to that point, you know. And there's probably some people watching me saying, oh, you're this, you're that, Chris, and blah, blah, blah. And they'll probably say the same about you. Oh, you're this. But it's just like, mate, like, at least we're trying to do something. At least we're trying to, yeah, make change. And we're going to
Yeah.
do everything we can to help each other. And obviously, maybe like we was talking today, because the INNs has a bit of growth. And obviously, we're talking with yourselves. We eventually, I mean, this is very early days. We eventually want to set up like some kind of conference. So it might be an idea for the conference, or what one of the conferences. Hopefully, we have many conferences, and we set it up there, right there in that location. And I will give a mega
Yeah.
Brummy speech. You'll never hear a Brummy speech like mine. I'm sure everyone will be standing up applauding me, Joe.
Of course.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
something like that.
but I tell you what, the main thing we need to get into our heads is that we need numbers. That's it.
Yeah,
If we all
we do.
if we all remember we need numbers, we'll get what we want. We'll get what we deserve. We'll get what we're supposed to be getting. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. So just to go back to the John story, he actually told me, which I found quite interesting story. I don't know how much you can say on the story, but he said like he knows a veteran from Birmingham, and he has like a one bed or something in Birmingham, but he actually uses your camp as the meet point to see his kids. So I think that's an. Do you know who I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
His children
yeah.
come down. He's quite often having his children down, and we give them a ride on the pony, and they go on the quad, and they get in the hot tub, and yeah, we make them welcome, and they have an absolutely lovely time. And obviously, it's brilliant for him to have somewhere to be able to bring his children.
Absolutely. I just think that's fascinating. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, so I presume you put him up first. Did you put him up first, and then obviously you found a new place and he's gone back to Birmingham or something? Is that what happened, or?
No, he's still here. Still here.
Oh, he's still
Yeah,
there. Oh, right.
he goes up and gets his children and brings his children here, and because he's
Oh,
got
right.
nowhere else for them to stay. Yeah, this is where he meets up with his
Oh,
children.
okay.
He
Well,
brings them
still,
down.
that's excellent work. I mean, that's again, you gotta be commended for. You're bringing a family together there. Like, if you know, without you out there, he might not have seen his kids again. So again, that's gotta be applauded. Absolutely brilliant work.
Yeah, yeah.
All
No,
right,
it's lovely to see them together.
yeah. All right, so we'll go to some final thoughts shortly, but where can people find you, Joe? Obviously, you're on Facebook. Anything you tell me, if you can send it into my messenger, I'm going to leave it in the description on where people can find you and how people can help. But yeah, over to you. Where can
Right,
people find where you are, where you're working at, and again, please
right.
remind
Okay,
any latecomers about what's coming up this weekend.
um, so we are on Facebook, PTSD Camp Bath. If you want to join the group, you have to be approved. And then there is a Twitter. I can't go on Twitter at the moment for certain reasons.
What a shock! What a shock! You're not allowed on Twitter, really?
I'm not allowed on Twitter either. But no, so there is a Twitter page. And then if vets want to speak to me personally, they can PM me, and I'll always get back to somebody. If they want to leave their number, I'll always give them a ring, and we'll see if we can, if they need help or whatever. This weekend is going to be amazing. Hopefully the sun shines all weekend. We've already got the blanket coming out here. They've been doing a bit of spraying as we've been speaking, so the sun will be gone shortly. But hopefully this weekend will be a lovely weekend, and a lot of people turn up, and they can also spread the word about the camp to other people then. And if they've had a good weekend, they're going to tell everybody about it, aren't they?
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to, I'm sure you'll be, would there be any live streams, Joe, or do you think there'll just be some videos afterwards?
Right. In the evening, there'll be live streams because Phil Watkins, he does a show on a Wednesday, Real News. I think it's called Real News. But that's Phil Watkins. He'll be here filming, but I'm not sure if he'll be here for the lamb roast in the afternoon. But I'll try. I can go live, but I can't. But that's on my personal Facebook. I can't go live on any groups at the moment because of my ban.
Yeah.
But I could always do a video and put it on the PTSD camp page.
If you want to do some videos as well, Joe, I'll put them on my YouTube and my Telegram.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, thank you.
So
that'll be good.
If you take some pre-recorded videos of whatever and then just send them to me in the messenger, then I'll or you put it into the group and you banned it. Yeah, just put it into messenger or send it to me on WhatsApp or something. And then,
I know. I think they're trying to stop me communicating with people.
Well, it took us about an hour to get on this, didn't we? It took us a good hour to get on this today, and hopefully it's come out all right. Knowing us, we're going to have to do this again. We'll probably replay this. It's like, shit, we're both on mute. We're both on mute.
Yeah, you didn't press record.
And we have to do it again. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did, actually. I did.
Oh, don't say that.
Nah, it's just oops, sorry. But yeah, never done it on my phone before. So, complications. It's all because of you, Joe, you far right Nazi.
Yeah, you can blame me. I'm used to it now.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
All right, Chris. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy the show. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to say? Any shout outs? Please feel free to do it right now. The dance floor is yours. If you want to give us a little dance as well, mate.
You're all right. I've got two left feet when it comes to dancing, honestly. I fall over better than I dance.
Guys, please go and support her to PTSD camp in any way, shape or form you can. If you can't get in touch with Joe, you can also get in touch via me. Everything's going to be put in the description anyway, all links to both the INN, the PTSD camp. Let's help each other grow, help support each other, especially this wonderful lady and her great family and all the volunteers that put in the amazing work. And of course, a special mention to our fantastic soldiers, that fought for our country and for our people, for us to be here and living in a safer environment. So big up to our soldiers, and obviously rest in peace to our fallen soldiers as well. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. I will see you very soon. I will promote as much as I can for you as well and help you as much as I can my end. But also, I need your help, guys. I need your help to spread the word as well. I'm only just one person with it's an okay YouTube channel, nothing special. So I need your support to not just get this interview out, but to spread the work she does. That's most importantly. But thank you again, Joe. Any final comments before I end the show?
No, I think I've probably said enough. If you do know of a vet that needs some respite or is feeling a bit low, please put them in touch with us, and we will do what we can.
There you go. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the Chris Mitchell podcast. We'll be back very, very soon. More shows to come. Hope you all have a lovely evening, guys. Peace out.